So he said you had to go all the way back to Kempner in order to travel directly south into somewhere in the desert. Now that's the problem is, the desert is very hazardous. I mean, you never know what you're going to find there. So first off, well, let's start with the first part, which is you got to go to Kempner first and check out what's going on over there, and then head south. And then it's so you have enough. You give Glowspire enough berth so you're not flying directly into hostile airspace.
And if you do that,
well,
then
let's just go.
Go where? I mean,
to Kempner.
Okay, so you go. You're traveling fast speed, so that means you go travel 30 feet, and then bad stuff already happens as soon as you get there.
Well,
50.
technically, I'm traveling faster than 30 feet.
Yeah, 60. So you get 60 feet. So you're getting within sight of Kempner. So you're right here-ish. Which means Battleground time, because, well, you didn't get that far.
Well, we crossed the river at least.
I can cast spells in
now we can
beast
just
mode.
walk.
I think I'm missing somebody. Up there.
Faster to
I
fly.
think. I see Rang the Raven. So, did I get everybody? Hold on, let me...
Yet. We don't know.
Come on,
Faster
move.
to fly, man.
Ignore that, because that's not a battleground. It's supposed to shift to when I... Okay, so now we're here. So, I'm aligning you all to right here. Make sure you're all aligned somewhat. So, Spicoli's still a bird.
Why the hell is Rang over there?
What did I move where?
Rang is all the way up.
Yeah, I don't know. So you're all riding the giant bird. And this is a Spicoli, this is perception. So
Eagle eyes.
So use Eagle Eyes then. Oh, that's a crit, so something is amiss down below. Like, although it's mostly forest below you, your sense of danger is kicking in. Like, something's down there.
Do I see it?
So, yeah, you get to, because apparently now there's arrows flying upwards. Test your dexterity.
Does any of them hit me?
So, like, there's arrows flying upwards, and you see that it's getting dangerously close to where you are.
Can I just play the shield?
Can you just what?
Play the shield?
Can you play the shield and just block the arrows? Not unless you want to get underneath him. Like, this is arrows coming from down below. He's in the air. There's arrows coming from down below from the forest area to you. So how are you gonna, like, blocking that? You'd have to be underneath them.
That is my deck.
So you're doing evasive action. You're trying not to get hit with a bunch of arrows now flying upwards. So you still have eagle eyes. You do see some of the shooters. Let's see, is it something that's supposed to be... This is supposed to be a very difficult challenge.
Literally, fuck those guys.
Awesome.
I went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, of course. Because which means that likely you're approaching somewhere they don't want you to be.
Which is probably Kempner.
I love being places people don't want me to be.
Okay, so...
Giggity.
You see that it looks like legionnaires. I mean, they're down below. They have their weapons drawn upwards, and they're shooting a multitude of arrows. So how big is this? This is at least a full squad, which means it's a good 10-man squad. It's a good 9-man squad led by a captain. So you don't see the captain yet. You just see that there's 8 men down there. They're pointing their weapons at you, and they're shooting volleys of arrows upward.
How far am I away from them?
Rip.
Relatively close. I mean, you're flying over them.
Sunburst.
So, if anything, like, you're right there. Sunburst them?
Yeah,
let's see which. So that's you. So we've immediately gone into battle phase. Let me check their initiative before we do that.
Fucking hate Legion.
Let's see, what is their initiative?
So why do these Legion look different from the other guys?
Because they have ranged weapons.
Okay.
So
good enough.
That's about it. So
I'm just gonna burst them with...
Not yet, because apparently their actions go first. Because they got an 8, you have a 2. So they technically get one action before you throw Sunburst.
And the rest of us?
They already attacked, though.
They didn't. They just they shot an initial volley of arrows to initiate the fight, but now they get one chance.
But what about the rest of us, Trick?
Yeah, then it's Earthroot. Earthroot's the one next. No, it starts from enemy, and then we move on from there. And then we rotate. Because they got the... I don't know if they got... Well, they didn't get the drop on you, so...
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll go with Spicoli first, who's about to sunburst the shit out of them. So, what do they have to do? They have to do... What again? So...
Roll a con save.
Con save.
Or be blinded.
What's the con save for them?
Let's look at my DC. 21.
So... And is there a flourish to this? Like, are you just opening your mouth and a sunball shoots out?
Yes.
Okay, so... Yeah, so weird stuff like that is happening. So... So, con save, there's a minor degree of cover. So, actually, does the cover... The cover has no effect. Like, they don't have enough time to move, so...
Remember
they're blasted with this.
Light goes through trees.
Yeah, so... And they each take 31 damage along with... Now they're blinded, so they were looking up and then they...
My eye!
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, this light burst happens, and then they get blasted with radiant damage, and so now they're blinded. I don't know, what about you guys? Did you know enough to look away? Let's find out, so...
It only blinds you if you're in it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so...
We're more than 60 feet out.
Yeah, but still, it's like, this is very... Let's use a spell token so that we know where this spell is landing.
Okay, let me pull that
Yeah,
up.
please, so that we know, okay, are you going to be in a range where it's going to blast your own friendlies? This is a big ball of magic.
60 feet.
Mm-hmm, so...
Thanks.
Just one back. There.
Okay, so, a real big blast of light. The whole area is lit up. So,
Anything in the area is damaged.
That's your action. Say, roll perception.
Perception? Okay, that's it.
You have to have a 5, at least.
Yeah. That's 15, so let's see what we got. 18, so while you hear the huge amount of sun blast happening, you hear from the side, "Target spotted, bring it down!" And you see that there's another squad of legionnaires to your side. The strange thing is, like, you have not had sight of the captain yet. If there even is one. If this is just a squad of soldiers, with this many men, there should be someone leading them.
I'm going to be trying to land, by the way.
So, you have a chance to react, because they're going to do a reactionary strike. So, let's see, what horrible destruction are you casting upon them? You got to change the name, too, like that's supposed to say Sunburst.
Oh god, Hadar.
Okay. Yeah, she's a warlock, so of course that's like her go-to.
Yeah, that's what the guy that kept trying to get magic out of nowhere, he kept saying, well, I saw y'all use that Hadar thing. That looked really great.
The Hunger of Hadar. Yeah, it's pretty deadly.
It's great, and it's just like, dude, how are you just going to figure that out?
Okay, so... Good question. How would you just figure that out? So... The dex save, for some odd reason, did not fire.
Meant to be 21. Sorry.
Gotta update.
I don't know why, but the dex save isn't firing for some reason. On them, anyway, so... What the hell? Let me roll a... Okay, so that's working, but dex save is now inoperable.
It's not filled in.
Well, son of a bitch. Let me go check that out.
That's
damn it. It's not filled in. I forgot these are custom, so... That's dex save supposed to be a 1. Okay, so they see it coming slightly, but they can't do anything about it. That's just they're in the horrible cloud now. Of course, they're apparently moving coherently, which means they know if we just keep moving in one direction, we'll be able to get out of this thing. So how they can move what? Oops, that shouldn't be moving like that.
It counts as terrain. They can only move half movement.
Yeah, so they can, but they can at least move 15. So 5, 10, 15. So they move 15 feet in one direction, and they'll keep moving that way until they get out of the cloud. But that doesn't mean they won't take damage. So each of them is going to take -8 and then -3.
It's weak ass damage, but it's good for crowd control.
So let's get rid of all these, and let's put in all the rest. So
What's going on, you guys?
They're taking, like, a second squad has appeared on your flank. They just hit them with the hunger of Hadar. And they're smart enough to know, like, apparently they know your tactics. They've seen it enough times to say, all we gotta do is just keep moving in this one direction, and then we'll get out of this cloud.
And then we make the cloud explode.
So, but it's the hunger of Hadar, it's not the gas cloud. Okay, so Thorin, you're up.
Did you make hunting
tell me there are any enemies? Did someone tell me there are any enemies? But by now I should know.
Okay, so
Son,
I mean, there's a bunch of arrows flying at you. I think you would know by now.
I'm trying to land, by the way, so Thorin can do his thing.
No, I would have just done a Superman landing. That's
What would you have done?
Superman
He's gonna do the
landing.
superhero.
Just jump it. All right, so you're just gonna jump it. You can jump it. I mean, that would be
just gonna jump this way.
So you're jumping towards the enemies. That's a con because you're just landing like a badass on the ground.
You
don't
even have to ask for a con save from this guy.
Very true. Yeah, his con is way above 20, so it's a normal challenge, so you'll be fine. He's done a lot, like up until now, he's done a lot of leaping already. So obviously, this is like just a short fall to him.
He's been doing some squats, man.
While doing that, I'm also doing that.
Okay, so you're going into rage, of blood rage on the ground. Okay, so was that everything you could do?
Yep.
Okay, so Adrik.
Action and
Action and thing. Adrik, you're up. So Anna's like, well, does he always do that?
Yes.
Just seeing as it's like, are you going to follow his example?
Yes.
It's like, and why would you do that? Hey.
I run and jump up in this direction.
That's also a con save.
I don't have to do that since I can use my action to.
Oh yeah, you can see you have slow fall, so you get -1 key point.
Yeah.
So he can simply land easily.
I'm like Spider-Man.
So these guys are blinded.
I'm going to stab him in the face.
Okay, so
do I get advantage since he's blinded?
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because he can't fight. So that's an easy roll damage. Not quite. It's like so it does a little bit of slashing, but it doesn't really hurt him too bad. He's still standing. So you do a couple slashes on him. It pierces his armor, but by doing so, he's able to judge where you are directionally, so he can make a normal attack.
Blind. Fuck you.
He's blinded, but he's going to swing in his direction, like, you know.
Still disadvantage.
Alright, so he can make 3 spear thrusts at a time, so
ouch.
that's a disadvantage on that, so that's 1, that's 2, and then that's 3. Oops, that was supposed to be a disadvantage on the side, so that's 2, and then let's try the third one. So he does 2 rapid spear thrusts.
Like the number 8.
Yeah, I don't
really
get
do.
that. So,
Wow.
So he does 2 rapid spear thrusts. He gets pretty close to where you are, but not quite. Because, again, you're reactionary. You're able to withstand that.
Were you able to reverse it and make him?
Of course, here comes the... so you're going to add flurry of blows on top of that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is... One of them will hit... They're both magical, right?
Yes.
So one of them will hit, the other one will miss because he kind of shimmies out of the way of the second. Like, he gets punched once, and then he kind of interprets correctly where the second blow will land.
I'll do Talon's Pierce on the one that hits.
Okay, so you're using 2 Talons Pierce, which basically increases the damage by what?
It would be the first one, so only 2, unfortunately.
Why are there 4 of those?
Because I can hit 4 times in a turn.
Okay, so minus an extra 2. Alright, anyway, so like I said, before we got to there, the enemy are going to make ranged attacks at this range. Like, they hear the impact of armor, and they don't care if they hit a friendly. They'll aim all their weapons and fire them anyway. So this is a disadvantage.
Don't you like automatically miss with ranged attacks if you're blinded?
Yeah, they're aiming in this general direction. So anyway, either way, they're going to automatically miss anyway. So
use the guy's body as cover.
So yeah, likely you can. So that's one of the things you could do, or you can dive for cover.
I'm gonna use the guy.
Okay, so how so? I mean, like, do you just grab him, or?
I think he's a good grappler, right?
Yeah.
So you just grab him. That's a. See, to use a dex, you have to basically maneuver him like a shield. So he has disadvantage with his dex because he's disoriented as hell. So above 9, can you get a dex above 9? Let's find out.
Yes.
You got a crit fail, so
It's above 9.
not all the arrows will hit him. Like, some of them will whiz by, but in the end, their own arrows can't pierce his armor because he doesn't have his armor's too strong to be pierced like that. All right, so they all make an attack. These guys move another. Let's see. So, like, they move 10 feet, and then they realize who they're fighting.
And then they turn back around and go back down to Grenadier.
No. They're going to go straight in for the attack. I mean, they can move 15, which means this squad's going to displace a little bit and go that way. This guy's going to go diagonal, just to get out of this cloud. So, they're not blinded. Okay, do they take damage as they're leaving the cloud?
If it's their turn and they were in it, they take damage.
Okay, so roll damage again, I guess. That's how that's supposed to go, right? Okay, so again, I don't think their decks can really handle that. Not at all. So minus 12 on each. I wish there was a faster way to do this.
Did it melt some of their armor off?
Does that even matter, Spicoli?
I mean, for some people.
No, their armor's a little bit more. Their armor's well made compared to that.
Yeah,
Plus, they're
fighting other people.
you know how long the Legion's been fighting us? I think they'd learn a couple tricks from us. Oops, that was not correct. There we go. Alright, so only a couple of them can actually strike. Only 4 of them can strike a blow from where they are. So we're on the enemy's turn, and they're going to strike a blow. Like, only 4 of them. Remember, they make multi-attacks, so they have vicious strikes. They can make normals. So 1, 2. Your armor, I don't think, can withstand a little bit of this. I don't know.
My armor is
27. Jesus. So.
God, you gotta love that con armor.
So.
I love that con armor, man.
Yeah, he's But there is the thing is just since they didn't hit you anyway.
I can do a retaliation attack with a strength of 42.
Okay, so that
I
is
thought retaliation was only if they did damage to you.
Yeah.
Nope.
If they attack him.
Has to be
If they
just
attack
attack.
I think it is attack. Just wait a second.
Better double check that.
Oh, no, never mind. Take damage.
You have to take damage. Alright, so you can't do a retaliatory strike. So you're just getting out of the way of the spear thrusts. So it's like there's 4 guys simultaneously trying to stab you with spears, and you're dodging most of them. Like, the main thing you're doing is you're using their own spears to confound them. Like, you're simply like when... Wait, what?
Like Matrix style, he's just like ducking back. They go over him.
Yeah. Okay, so Earthroot, just all this, basically the battle just cranked up to 11, now what?
I'm still on the back of the bird, right?
The bird who's trying to land.
Landing.
So, yeah, he has landed now, so you're on the ground.
Oh, he has landed?
Yeah, he has landed, so now you're on the ground. It's not even... You don't even have to roll to get off, you just get off.
Oh, well, I'm gonna charge over here and...
So you see Thorin, he's engaged with, like, 4 of them, and he's holding his own against 4 guys dedicated to stabbing him.
Well, I'm gonna go join in on that.
Okay. You can move yourself around. Just say, there you go.
I know how to do it.
Alright,
Just
so...
to tell you, you might want to move away from there.
Yeah. Be careful with Thorin, because when he's in rage mode, he might, like, accidentally strike you.
If you really want to go into the fight, go there.
Well, hold up, let me, she's not afraid. I mean, she's just, battle. And it's like, she's not thinking of that.
Oh, yeah,
I also don't know Thorin.
Yeah, you don't know Thorin, so obviously she wouldn't know.
I can talk in bird mode, so I'm gonna say don't interact.
Yeah, but she's not paying attention to any of that. I mean, she just sees there's a battle in front of her. It's time to get to work.
Oh yeah,
Your
she gets
funeral.
a +1 to melee weapon damage rolls because she's in 10 feet of me.
Oh.
Okay, why's that?
This?
What aura you
Well,
got
he has
going?
Aura of Malice, obviously. Okay, so...
I have both of them.
Yeah, so... And Aura of Protection, so... Because he's a Dark Paladin, he radiates auras as well. So, anyway, back to... You're gonna do something.
Well, I've only got 1 attack right now.
Okay, you have a couple more, like you can use strength... Like you can use what Thorin just did, you can use your strength roll to try to overpower your foe. But you have to go beyond their armor class to begin with, so...
I'm going to try and strike out with my glaive.
Okay, so glaive attack.
this
Their
guy.
armor is rather tough. You'll find that out soon enough.
Why do you think I want to use...
I don't know, let's see if your accurate blows last to... What the hell? Last to even now, apparently.
You were saying?
Yeah, apparently they are super accurate, so...
And my crit range is actually 19 to 20 because of...
Well, roll damage, so...
Alright, how do y'all do crit on this? Because we have a...
you just click the word glaive and it does it automatically. As long as you set up the dice inside to say, this is my crit dice.
Why
Normally
are you
it's
using a
just your
glaive
regular dice.
within- I thought you had something for close range.
I do, actually, you're right. I should be 5 feet back.
Okay, so you don't even, like, you get them from a distance. So click the word glaive and it'll roll damage. 13 plus 17. You didn't quite format it. It doesn't have the damage type.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used
Piercing or
this.
slashing?
Okay, so
It's slashing.
yeah, well, either way, it hurts him. So
Do I have the glaive
slashing.
thing set up properly for that?
roughly, I'll fix that later.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's now impaled. I mean, like, he's on the tip of the spear. Can't get off. He's struggling to get off, but you're like lifting him into the air.
I'm actually wanting to not lift him into the air, but follow through and force him into the ground with it.
Okay, so you're thinking of lifting it up a little. Well, try strength. It's
Lifting it up on my end while pushing forward to try and knock him
that's
off
strength,
his
and he
feet.
has to counter with his strength. So his save is 12. What is your strength looking like? So you're overpowering him. So he's trying he's got the spear in both hands. He's trying to pull it out of his body, but you're just like it's feeble in comparison. So you're lifting up and you're pushing him into the ground.
Excellent.
So now he is knocked prone. Like, and while he's there, it's like he pretty much can't get up.
Alright.
Unless you remove the spear. So he might be, so in short, he's impaled to the ground.
Perfect. Alright, and that should be about my turn, shouldn't
Okay,
it?
so Spicoli, you're still bird. What are you gonna do?
Bonus action. Switch into human mode.
Okay, so
Be
now you're back to
careful,
being
Say.
a human. So say you have to get off rapidly because he's turning into a human again. That dirty, filthy human
What are you fucking
with
gay?
human stuff. Alright, so...
Also, these guys can't.
Right,
even
so you're good.
breathe. So, my action's probably gonna be by the power of Grayskull. I have
Why?
and I
What are you
raise
doing with
and
said
I raise my
grayscale power?
sword above my head, and I call upon a 9th level lightning spell into my sword.
Okay. So you're channeling a 9th level light. That's let's see. You are wearing adamantium armor, so likely it will arc off of you. So that's a con save. So
Everyone
con
calling it.
save, and you got boned because that's a con save enhanced. So that's D2. It's apparently a 30.
Drake.
What?
Just a question. Shouldn't his armor be like the... What is it? Cage off? Whatever his name is.
Faraday cage.
Yeah.
Meaning?
It basically is that.
Meaning?
The armor is being the rod for it to go into the earth instead of arcing onto him.
It's still arcing through him, because doesn't it arc off the armor?
The way electricity works is it will take the easiest path, and along the outside of a metal surface is the easiest path.
Okay, so you're saying it won't go internal. It'll spark off his plates and it won't damage him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so let's see. We will bend to your logic for this time. So the lightning's not powerful enough for it to... Because it's still technically touching his flesh.
It's my magic. I control it how I please.
Somewhat.
It could very easily heat up the armor though.
Yeah, so... Either way, it's like the electricity is traveling through fast enough, so now you have a... what are you going to do with this now charged lightning sword thing?
I'm going to run over here between these two guys and do an attack.
Okay, so... I don't know,
So
everyone... this is not subtle at all, so everyone hears the massive boom of lightning, and just now he's got this electrical sword in his hands as he charges towards the enemy.
So how much damage does this give me?
How much damage does your lightning do?
With
At a 9th level spell, how much roll damage for the lightning spell? So this is basically that damage in your sword. Which is... It won't last very long.
It's a
You'll
90,
just...
10.
Well, roll it then. So you're
Here,
doing 90-10 worth of electrical damage on one sword strike. This will overwrite whatever damage you would have normally done with the sword. So you're just doing a weapon attack without rolling damage.
I'm also sunstriking these two.
Okay, so on top of it all, let's hold up. Sunstrike, is that a bonus or is that a...
It's a bonus.
Okay, so he's enhancing his weapon to ridiculous. So not only is it enhanced with light, it's enhanced with lightning. So
and fire.
Why fire?
Radiant damage done by me does 1d4.
Okay.
Fire damage that I did not apply to those guys.
Okay. Anyway, so let's first start off with the roll a weapon attack. You still gotta hit him. Technically it's at advantage, but still, you still gotta roll the attack.
Because I'm in direct sunlight.
Like I said, you still gotta roll the attack. So 22, and then you said you were gonna make 2 strikes, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so in a swift motion, and then you have to roll the lightning damage and the sunstrike damage.
Okay.
Okay, so any time now would be spectacular.